Doctor Who's newest villain might drive some viewers away. Good riddance. It's the current year, alright. The usual strategy of telling people to simply not watch your show is, as ever, one of the favourites of the mainstream media establishment, which... God, is such... Can you imagine what an unfathomably privileged position this must be? To be hired to create a piece of entertainment that relies entirely on ratings and people actually watching your stuff, and your default position is, don't watch it, bigot. And I can't possibly see how this might scare away some parts of the audience. I swear to God, if this was on the television when I was a kid, I'd probably cry and hide behind the couch in sheer terror at the monstrosity. And hey, it's a villain too, so I would be fully justified, but alright, okay, cool. Don't watch the show, fair enough, but how is this sustainable? How is telling people to not watch your piece of entertainment a good idea? Well, apparently, you see, for every transphobic, racist, bigoted Doctor Who fan that we lose this season, there are going to be 3 to 5 new fans who are coming in for the representation alone. Well, geez, there you go. If you're going to be tripling or quintupling your audience by putting a drag queen in your show, well, there you go. It's a fantastic rationale to pull in as many as you can conceivably can. It's a good reason to put in the queer doctor and everything. This will be fantastic. Surely this will be one of the most popular episodes of Doctor Who ever, right? Well, we've got the ratings now, so since they are so very confident, we're presuming some pretty gosh darn big numbers here, don't we? The overnight ratings for Doctor Who Season 14 launch episode Space Babies and the Devil's Cord have been revealed as Ncuti Gatwa, don't ask me, well and truly takes over the keys to the TARDIS. Space Babies, the first episode, was watched by 2.6 million viewers, with the Devil's Cord, the second, having an overnight audience of 2.4 million. Shedding 200,000 from one episode to another, it's not the biggest deal, it happens to a lot of stuff, right? But, well, this is Doctor Who, and apparently, while the overnight figures are close to the lowest ever for the show, with Legend of the Sea Devil only securing an overnight audience of 2.2 million, which incidentally is one of the lowest rated episodes ever in the Doctor Who series. Whoopsie poopsie. This is totally because of the BBC iPlayer. That's why people were watching it online in their millions, I tell you. Oh, and because the weather in the UK was so nice. Oh my God, why didn't people watch Doctor Who? Well, the weather in the United Kingdom was nice. The blighted old grey island was so beautiful on that day that nobody could be bothered to watch Doctor Who. That's the best excuse I've ever heard. Oh, Jesus. It was so nice outside that we just decided to ignore this whole Doctor Who nonsense. And I'm going to point out here, so this is one of the lowest watched episodes in Doctor Who history, right? And I was going to point out, this is also the first time it's on Disney+. Never before has Doctor Who had access to a larger international audience at the same time on day one. Never before have more people been in a position to watch Doctor Who, and less people than ever decided to do so because of the weather. Sure, why not? And this is hardly an aberrant happening either, it's not an abnormality. The preceding, 2 or 3 seasons of Doctor Who, which starred a female doctor, received rave critic reviews. Of course it did. Whereas the audience, a pinch less enthusiastic, as it turns out, just a tiny bit more. So 327 critics were like, yes, best thing ever. 5,000 plus people were, I wouldn't watch this if I was paid to. And why is this the case? Why is this always the case, right? So they come out and go like, oh, look at this. This is going to bring in like quintuple the audience. We're going to get 20 million viewers day one. It's going to be amazing. All of the racists and bigots will leave and we'll get so many more new welcoming people in. Why does that never happen? Why do none of these series ever grow? Why have not a single one of these franchises actually outgrown its predecessors, despite the apparent popularity of their chosen political stance? Well, it's because that, they even say this in the article here, right? Oh, they're so the current time is so accepting towards different people. So many young people are rejecting the tyranny of gender normativity, of heteronormativity. Then why is it never reflected in the ratings? Well, it's because all of the public approval for, well, this is not love, and it is not acceptance, it is fear. As the opening gambits, the starting statement is, after politically charged Doctor Who specials, David Tennant, the previous Doctor, tells fans opposing transgenderism to fuck off. That is your opening gambit. It's like, oh, you don't like it? Well, fuck you. Very diplomatic of you. Thank you. As I guess we were starting out immediately with the straight up assault, are we? No discussion here, no debate, just straight to this? Okay. That's weird. It's very weird. It's almost as if you understand that what you're doing is unfathomably unpopular with the overwhelming majority of people. And so your only position is the most aggressive one imaginable. And to further illustrate this, right? Sorry, straight white men, Doctor Who was never made for you by Metro at Metro UK, their Twitter account. Okay, again, this is a rather aggressive stance, isn't it? Which is paired up with an equally aggressive article, which basically goes, white men, evil, disgusting, evil white men, we must get rid of them. This is not your entertainment, we've taken it over, it's ours now, and we are loving seeing you in pain. You are a sympathetic bunch, I must say. But again, surely the adoring public will rally to the defense of this. The 3 to 5 new fans will rise up and go, yes, yes, we love this, we adore this. Well, the public outcry and the support was so overwhelming that Metro UK didn't just private their Twitter account, they deleted it. That's a level of public support I've rarely seen since 1945 Germany. Fitting, I do suppose. And the brave female who made this article celebrating diversity, well, at least she became the centre of attention, right? At least the fans came to rally to her support, right? The Metro UK's countless transgender readers must have rallied to the banners immediately upon seeing their favourite publication under attack. Yeah. I don't think you were particularly surprised by this one now, were you? No, it's, turns out this is in fact a deeply unpopular position to hold. It turns out that white people evil is still actually an unpopular position to hold. See, here's the thing. For quite a few years, this was a valid position, at least to a degree. The fear. Because if you spoke out against this, odds were you would lose your job. You would be targeted, you would lose ability to work, you might lose your YouTube channel, you might lose public employment, you might be cancelled from events or barred from cooperating with corporations. Still happens today. I'm blacklisted by pretty much every single corporation I've ever interacted with, beyond the tiny indie ones. Hell, Games Workshop, the company I'm most associated with due to my fascination with 40k, has official blacklistings against me where I cannot even work with people who partner with Games Workshop, okay? I had a deal with Wargaming quite a few years ago now to talk about World of Warships. I was later sent an email by World of Warships saying, we can't work with you. Why? Did I do something wrong? No, you delivered exactly what we wanted. We even approved it and paid you for it. But, you see, Games Workshop, they say we can't work with you. Okay. Sounds like tortuous interference to me, but oh boy. That is the degree of public persecution and prosecution you were likely to receive if you were opposed to this. Literally, absolute tyrannical fear tactics. That is upon what you have built your supposed acceptance. Fear. Problem is, the people have grown rather sick and tired of being afraid of you. They have realized that they can't simply just ignore you and eventually you will go away. If they keep not interacting with you, you will die. It's going to take a very long time. It's going to take years and years, as the BBC, of course, is a state-funded organization. If they wish to continue to push their political ideology, they can do so for a very long time. But here's the thing, we're a very patient lot. Disney has been running into debt now for years and years as well. It's going to take a few decades for Disney to die, unless they eventually wake up and start producing entertainment, but, well, we're still going to be here in a few decades. Disney? Not so sure about that. Doctor Who? Exact same thing. The very fact, there's the thing too, you gotta take a long view of this. The very fact that this went from a position of being able to cancel anyone, even by a mere association, to becoming so unfathomably unpopular that opening shows of long-standing and popular series are amongst the lowest rated and watched series in the series history, despite being released to a larger audience than ever, is very clear indication that these things are not popular in the long term, that they will not remain popular, and they will inevitably die a long, slow death as more and more of the normie populace realize that the iron grip is no longer fastened around their necks. This movement of unfathomable political power has managed to collapse within a decade. That is a collapse the likes of which even the fascists can't brag about having equaled, okay? It is a rather record low. And again, judging by how effective we seem to be getting at shutting down their own positive press, I mean, hell, you know what? If we can somehow doctrinalize the deletion of opposing Twitter accounts whenever they say something this degree of stupid, well, I'm all for it, personally. It's tragic for such a popular show with so much love and so many new fans to be exposed to such intolerance. Long may it last. Until next time, I've been Arch. Thank you all very much for watching, and you can probably give this season of Doctor Who a miss. I don't doubt you'll be missing much. Have a good day.